golden chain of love, which will be on the screen, and everybody please remain seated. I am a link. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Richard Soley, and welcome to our family Sunday service. We will now have meditation. Please rise for the bandana and tisarana, which should be on the screens. Today's chant will be praises of the Buddha. Be seated. Please be seated.
Amen.
will now have offering of incense, Oshoko, Dharma schools, and families observing the memorial service this month. Please come forward to offer incense. Please rise for the Gatha. Today's Gatha is Happy Little Children, and it should be on the screen. Please be seated. The Dharma message will now be shared by Reverend Tomioka. His message is Our Pledge.
Please put your hand together in a show as a gesture of respect and appreciation. When we reflect on the establishment of the vow, we find that the Buddha, without abandoning sentient beings in pain and affliction, had taken the directing of virtue to them as foremost, thus fulfilling the mind of great compassion. Master Shinran said, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning. And then Aloha Kako Aloha. Again, thank you so much for coming to this service too. I know you are so concerned about my wedding. My wedding. You may be concerned about the coronavirus. Yeah, we know so many newspaper and TV. Yeah, we are so we don't know what's going on. Therefore, today is a truly good time to feel peaceful, to take a moment to pause, to truly stop, and then look at your heart. Look at your mind. Take care of yourself, your well-being, so we can have an inner peace. Whatever we may hear, you may hear a rumor, so scary situation, maybe panic. Whatever we may going through, today we receive compassion, wisdom of Buddha so that we have a home we can rely on. This is a verse by our founder, Shinran. Master Shinran, he said, when we reflect on the establishment of the vow, we find that the Buddha, without abandoning sentient beings in pain and affliction, had taken the directing of virtue to them as foremost, thus fulfilling the mind of great compassion. So Shinran, he said, when we deeply think about why we have Amida Buddha, why Buddha made vows, each Buddha, there are plenty Buddha in this Buddhism teaching tradition. Each Buddha has a vow, a promise or wish. For us, Amida Buddha, our founder said, Amida Buddha has a wish for us, for me, because I have going through so many difficulties, pain, affliction, worries, concerns. Therefore, Buddha made sure, giving me the virtue, and then thinking of me always, out of his great compassion. To myself, Amida Buddha exists for me. Truly, I'm going through like a situation about our temple, get to take care of members, community, so many decisions we get to make. So many concern, worries I'm also going through. But I feel assured Amida Buddha's compassion forever embracing me. Therefore, I feel so grateful. Whatever I'm going through, I'll never not try to be driven by my desire, attachment. Whatever I'm going through, I have a home I can return. So our Gomonshu, leader of Honganji, he composed a pledge, our pledge. I want to share the pledge with you. He tried to explain as a leader of Honganji. This is a way of life as a person who encountered Buddha's compassion and then wisdom. So there are 4 verses. So like the first is reaching out to others. I will share a smile and then gentle words, just like the Buddha who always calls out with aloha. If you prefer to read in Japanese, you can read in Japanese too. And then second is breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance. I'll try to live in peace and in harmony, just like the Buddha who shares tranquility and in kindness with all. And the third is moving forward from self-centeredness. I'll share a life of joy and then sorrow with others, just like the Buddha whose caring heart always embraces us. And then last is realizing that I live because of others. I will strive to live life to the fullest with an attitude of gratitude, just like the Buddha who promises to embrace us all. So it's like our leader of Honganji tried to encourage each of us first encounter Buddha's compassion and wisdom. As a result of encountering Buddha's compassion and wisdom, it comes out in my life. So now I want to see that each verse could be slightly different impression you may have. So I want to try to explain what does each verse means. So first, reaching out to others, I'll share smile and gentle words, just like the Buddha who always calls out with aloha. Reaching out. I think we have our own space. We feel comfortable. This is my position, my way of thinking, my life. Reaching out means take one step out to help others. So to explain more, it's like one of the picture. So this is my comfort zone, which means I feel so comfortable, my way of thinking, my lifestyle, my zone. In this zone, I feel, yes, just right as I am. So you have your own zone. You feel comfortable, how you dress yourself, how you make up, how you comb your hair. As you can see my hair, I often do this way, my hair. If somebody tells me, Reverend, you should do this way, I may feel, oh, I don't think so. Something just that we can imagine. We have our own zone we feel comfortable. And then in my lifetime, 32 years, I encountered so many zones because each person has your own zone. And then, due to the, how do you say, serendipity or cause and condition, even I met this person in my life. So Haruka is my fiancée. She also has her zone. She feels comfortable. Yeah, before I met her, it doesn't matter because I don't know her, she doesn't know me. So I can keep my zone. But now situation is, I have my own zone. I feel comfortable. And then my honey, she has a zone. She feels comfortable. So what happened is, yeah, now you can see my zone, her zone, some part, this part, we share. So now this is challenging for me. For 32 years, I may say, I can do whatever I want to do. I'm the master, I'm the boss. I can do truly what I want to do. But now, I'm not alone. We try to live together as a life. Now, this part, I have to really think about, okay, now, certain zone, space, I can do in a way I want. She can do in a way she wants. But now this zone, the red part, we share so many time or space. So this is a point. Do I want to do it in my comfortable way? Or can I let her do in a way she wants? So it could be my zone, can be her uncomfortable zone. The way I like is good for me. The way I like, not maybe her, the way she likes. Even like after prayer, just only between you and me, don't tell anybody. Even like we have a washing dishes, I have a certain way to place the dishes in this way. But she may have different way. But the moment, should I tell her I prefer to this way or not a big deal? So it's gonna be something. So I want to see this like this way. Sense of caring. So it's our human nature, natural, to have my zone. She also have her zone. Point is to be aware. I have my zone. I want to have other person respect it, understand it, accept it. Also, I try to understand you also have your zone. Want to be respected, understood, and then accepted. If I can realize I have my zone, and if I know it, she also has her zone. I try to think about because we share things. Therefore, instead of insist or attach, no, we should do this way. I may take a pause. Okay, my zone, your zone. How we can find a harmony between you and me. Then when I think of Amida Buddha, Buddha of compassion, wisdom, Buddha never has such a zone. Zone can be like a bound, certain bound. Yeah, because my zone, I get to say, I love you, so come into my zone. I'm sorry, you're not like the person I like, you cannot. We may do such a situation to protect myself. It's our reality. But Amida Buddha has no such a bound. Therefore, we call boundless compassion. Therefore, can accept, love everybody without distinction, discrimination. When we encounter this Buddha's compassion, this verse coming to has a meaning, knowing that we need my zone to protect myself. But I try to think about other person too, and how we can find a harmony. And then this verse we may say, knowing that we need a space for myself, knowing that how I can help others. Then reaching out to others, I'll share smile and then gentle words. Just like the Buddha who always calls out with aloha. And then second is breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance. I'll try to live in peace and in harmony, just like the Buddha who shares tranquility and then kindness with all. So some people tell me, Buddhism often talk about gas, like greed, anger, stupidity. But what the Buddhism telling me is, it's not never positive or negative. It's just a reality of myself. I can admit, I can recognize. I do have a moment of greedy or upset or, that's right, I was so ignorant. That's a reality of my human nature. So do you know this animal? Is that in Hawaii we can have it? In Hawaii, can we? Can. We have a hamster. And then do you know how do they eat food? Like this way. And they like eating one and then bite. That's all. They look like this way. I learned some like my friend in Germany tells me like a hamster has like from this word, a fork, try to keep. I can imagine they are doing to sustain their life from a lifelong. When they can eat, they get to eat, so that they can have enough food in their mouth. It could be even to me, we may have such a moment of situation. This is me, or try to keep more than we need. Sometimes too, that action maybe come out because we love myself or we need it. So we may take more. So how about the situation with the medical mask, or hand sanitizer? If you go to stores, can you buy it? Why is that? But people, there are so many hamsters. But when we think about their action, why people buy so many items, more than could be they need? We can think is because they have somebody they get to take care. If they have a baby, they get to want to make sure wipe everything. So my precious baby never get affected. If you have a parents who are fragile, you want to make sure wipe everything so my mother, my father never infected. If you have a partner, wife, husband, you want to make sure they are okay. So we can see this action, want to mask hand sanitizer, coming out from their love. It's our reality. We love ourselves. Nothing wrong with it. But the point is, what Buddhism teaching me is, it's true, I love myself. As I love myself, other person has also somebody they get to cherish, they get to take care. The point is, by this my action, due to my action, is there anybody who is going through difficulty, suffering, or hurting? If I share this one, this person may be happy. We can have a reflection. Again, it's coming out from our love to myself, love to my family, people we get to protect. But with this action, anybody hurting, anybody going through difficulties, and we can try to think about. So even if in the medical mask here, the person may think, I want to buy more so I can have enough mask. But by doing that way, what happens is other person cannot have a mask, which means they have more risk to catch a cold or infected. If more people infected, this person has more risk to receive catch a cold or infected. So if this person really wants to help themselves, the way is actually to share mask with others. Other person, less risk. If other person, less risk. This person, less risk. So because we love ourselves, we may tend to only try to protect myself. But truth is, by helping others is the true way helping myself. If we can learn, helping others is actually helping me. It's not the easy thing to do in our culture. We learn, we grow up. Self is so important. It's true, we get to take care of myself. But again, if we can learn due to my action, did I cause other people receiving a suffering and concern? That is we can deeply think about. It's almost impossible. I mean, it's our nature. We may have a hamster situation. It's a natural. But again, with this action, anybody going through difficulties, then we can pause and think about. Then again, this words. Knowing that it's our nature to have hamster moment, therefore, breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance, I'll try to live in peace and then harmony, just like the Buddha who shared tranquility and then kindness with all. And then third is moving forward from self-centeredness. I'll share a life of joy and then sorrow with others, just like the Buddha whose caring heart always embraces us all. I think so this phrase could be you often see with every day through social media, TV, but people may tell you, how's everything in the situation coronavirus? We have a medical mask situation, and then toilet paper, and that could be, I heard even rice, people like buying up rice too. Even we have a situation with no travel, certain country or place, it's like so we learn, so cancel. So to me too, what I learned is this word. Truly, we cannot live without affecting each other. Truly, we live in a life of interdependence. We have a truly living a small world, so many connected to each other, more than ways we can know. Truly, because people can travel, I think, country to country, truly living a life of interdependence. So one day, after I learned how to keep me safe, when you touch something, put the paper before you touch, or instead of using this side, using this side. So there are certain guidelines to keep me safe. And then so one day I tried to pay attention. What is the situation? In the morning, I went to the common area to open the door. When I tried to touch the door, I need to take care. And when I go to supermarket, when I try to use a card, and when I look in the item or products before I touch, I went to post office to receive my emails. Before I touch my mails, and then when I go to anywhere, this one, moment. So what it means, it is almost impossible to live a life of totally separation, which means that everything we do every day is somebody helping us to get. Could be not because of situation we are so see negative way. So many infected can be infected. But truth was, see, my life was supported by so many people's help, dedication and time. But now, due to this situation, we are so afraid. But teaching us truly, my life is not only my life. I need so many people. So therefore, idea is, since we cannot live without affecting each other, living a life of interdependence, point is then, how do I affect others? Even our daily life, do I affect others? Not in a nice way, or do I affect the people? They feel so peaceful. I don't know why, but when I see you, I feel so peaceful. When I talk to you, I feel so relaxed. How do I affect others? And also, if you have a tendency, like a coughing without covering your mouth, or touch everything, touch others, try to more pay attention to you. Try to be mindful your behavior to you. Because the situation, people, if you coughing somewhere, people may watch you. We try try to be mindful because of the situation. Could be we get too nervous or too overreactive. But try to understand. Then pay attention to your behavior and then try to be mindful. So therefore again, this word coming into our life, we cannot live without affecting each other. Also, if you like imagine some travel, the Italy, Korea, or certain place, they cannot come to America. If can you imagine if the persons like lives in certain country, but now they cannot come to our country if they have a baby was born, or my grandson has a graduation, or funeral, my mama passed away. I get to come, but I cannot due to situation. Of course, it cannot be helped, but if we can imagine, what if you were in that situation, your loved one needs help, but you cannot go. This again imagination. Therefore, coming to this world, we have myself is important. Same as other person. Therefore, we try moving forward from self-centeredness. I will share a life of joy and sorrow with others. Just like the Buddha, whose caring heart always embraces us. And then finally, realizing that I will because of others, I will strive to live life to the fullest with an attitude of gratitude, just like the Buddha, who promises to embrace us all. But here in this verse, coronavirus, we may have so many questions, concern, worries. But to myself, as a Shin Buddhist minister or a person who encountered Buddha's compassion, wisdom, I can see also in this way too, gratitude. It doesn't mean I say thank you to coronavirus. But the thing is, after we going through this situation, don't you think how much we take things for granted? Masks, papers, our healthy life we assume. But after we come to this situation, we come to realize how wonderful it was. I can go to anywhere, I can do whatever I want to do. But now, we may have a situation we cannot do what we have been doing. Teaching me how much I often take things for granted. Actually, what I had, everything was so beautiful. So we often see Buddhist members, they often say when they are going through difficulties, like death of their parents or baby or difficulty, earthquake, disaster, they say, I'm not happy, of course, but I feel grateful. I'm not happy, of course, losing my child. Of course, not happy, but I feel grateful. What it means is, even such a situation, Buddhism telling us, life doesn't go as we wish. Life truly doesn't go as I plan. It's a truth of life reality. We don't want a situation, disaster, but life can bring anything to us. And then therefore, we need a guidance who teaches us. Guidance is we need. So many things going on. What is my guidance? For Shin Buddhists, they can say, for such as me, because of me, who are going through concerns, difficulty. Therefore, we read in the beginning here, Buddha's vow, promise was made for me, who are going through so many difficulties, sufferings. Therefore, Buddha calling to me ahead of time. This is a teaching for you. Take refuge. And recently, how many of you use the airplane? Did you go to some airplane? And then if you go to ride on the airplane before departure, the flight attendants, they explain emergency situation here. How many of you truly listen to their explanation? Could be some people like reading magazine, some people using a cell phone. Could be, as I observe, not everybody pay attention to their guidance. But it is so important, therefore they have to do every time. It's an emergency. Can you imagine Yeah, could be. If airplane have a certain situation like can be crash or going down, when they try to explain emergency procedure, now how do you listen? You listen with full attention because you know it's an emergency. So it could be human being nature. The flight attendant, they try to explain, of course just in case, but they are telling important information, but we don't pay attention because I'm not urgent, not emergency. Only when we are such a situation, we may listen too seriously. In the same way, or Buddha's compassion calling to each of us, Satoshi, not only this occasion, actually every day, every moment, you living a life of creating a suffering by yourself, so many concerns, difficulties. Therefore, take refuge in this teaching. But due to my ego or assumption, maybe not easy to listen, but could be this is an occasion to deeply think about what is my guidance. So many things going through, panic, some people panic, concern, worries. What is my guidance? And then with the calling, come as you are. You can be panicked, I'm here for you. You can be concerned, I'm here. You can be worried, I'm here. You can be feel stressed, I'm here. We can be panicked because we know we are in the embrace. So therefore, I feel even this situation, I can feel grateful. I'm never alone. Whatever I'm going through, I'm in the embrace of Buddha's compassion and wisdom. So again, this words coming to me again. When we reflect on the establishment of the vow, we find that the Buddha, without abandoning sentient beings in pain and affliction, have taken the directing virtue to them as foremost, thus fulfilling the mind of great compassion. Deeply I feel, because I truly live in the pain and affliction, Buddha's compassion is existing for me. As a final conclusion, I want to go over again the aura pledge. If you can join me reading this verse, reaching out to others, I will share smile and gentle words, just like the Buddha, who always calls out with aloha, breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance. I will try to live in peace and harmony, just like the Buddha, who shares tranquility and kindness with all. Moving forward from self-centeredness, I will share love, joy, and sorrow with others, just like the Buddha, whose caring heart always embraces us. Realizing that because of others, I will try to live life to the fullest with an attitude of gratitude, just like the Buddha, who promises to embrace us all. So please put your hands together in the show. As we're going through difficulties, concerns, worries by the coronavirus, let us deeply take refuge in our guidance, which is Buddha, Dharma, and then Sangha. Let us take a moment to see and think about my life, and then respond with gratitude and peacefulness, instead of responding with concerns, worries, anger, stress. Let us be aware that whatever we are going through, we are never, ever alone. Buddha's compassion, wisdom, forever embracing me and guiding my life every day, every moment. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo.
Thank you, Reverend Tomioka. If you are able, please rise for the Gatha, the wondrous gift of peace, which should be on the screen. Please remain standing for the reading of homages on the screen. Hard it is to be born into human life. Now we are living in difficult teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear them. If we do not gain emancipation in this present life, we may not be free from all barbarian, social births and deaths that follow us. Let us reverently take refuge in the three directions. We go to the Buddha for guidance, and may we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. We go to the Dharma for guidance, and may we be submerged in the depths of the teachings, making wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Sangha for guidance, and may we all with one accord live a life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from bondage of selfishness. Even though Mary told us hard it is to hear such excellent and profound teachings, now we are able to hear and receive them. But let us try to understand the Tathagata's teachings. Please remain standing for the chanting of Nembutsu on the screen. Please be seated. We will now have announcements. I was given one announcement to share with you. A Hoa Shibu service for the month of April is canceled. And Jason,
Good morning. Well, with this coronavirus situation that is happening, I guess, throughout the state, this past week, I guess, the Reverend, myself, Clifford, Robin, we have been in discussion of what we're going to do at the temple. So as of today, we've decided that this will be the last Sunday service for maybe a month. So we will use the word suspend. I think everybody using that word. So Sunday service will be suspended until further notice. As far as the other church activities, we're going to be meeting on Thursday night. We're having it's a regular board meeting, but we'll be meeting at 6:30 board. And if anybody else would like to come, we'll be discussing what other plans we'll do to handle this situation that's happening. So we'll be meeting with all the affiliates and all the people who do use the temple, the social hall, and see what we can do. Our priority is to be safe and keep everybody healthy. So we came to this decision. I think, Reverend, you're still going to do Facebook. Yeah. So Reverend will still be doing Sunday sermons on Facebook. So those of you who do not know how Facebook, you guys should sign up or learn how or go to
Give a class on
Facebook, yeah. Probably you Google it, you can learn how. A lot of temples are doing it. I don't know if this morning any of you saw Reverend Earl, New York Buddhist Temple. He did his service. It was on Facebook. He gave a shout out to Hawaii. He said aloha and mahalo to all Hawaii people who were logged on and listened. So if you folks didn't see it, you can go on YouTube and it'll be on. Other than that, Clifford. Oh yeah, one more thing. No refreshments today. So we'd like to encourage everybody to leave and don't congregate and so no refreshments. Other than that, Clifford, you have anything? Or Robin? Or Reverend? Oh yeah, Robin coming up about Spring Festival.
Hello, as you folks may have heard, we canceled our Puna Spring Festival, but we'd like to thank everybody that helped plan and supported this event, but we didn't want to be the cause of the coronavirus spreading. So please stay tuned. We will look to do something later in the year. We have contacted all our entertainers, and we had 51 vendors that would have been at this spring festival. So we are looking at ways to, maybe help them out. So like yesterday, Puna Taiko, they had their walkathon, so we posted that, they can't be at the spring festival to earn money for their upcoming trips, but people can make a pledge to them. So there's other ways that people can support these groups that would have participated with us. So thank you.
As far as memorial services and funerals or weddings or anything like that, it's up to the families if they want to still have the services. Just contact the Reverend, and the Reverend is willing to perform those services if need to. So if you folks do have anything upcoming, check with the Reverend. Hopefully this will be only like a month or so, but we do not know. So I'd just like to thank all of you guys for your support and understanding with this situation. And we'll be keeping you guys all informed of what's coming up and when we should start our regular services again. Okay? Any questions? Come see me or Reverend, Clifford, or Robin. We're willing to answer or take whatever comments or suggestions you folks have. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming today. That ends our.
Oh, you're. All right.
To touch this. I know. I hope all of you are taking deep breaths and trying to relax. I know at moments I get panicked and everything like that. But I have two announcements. First of all, it really is heartbreaking that we can't have the Spring Festival. The choir has worked very hard to put together some things. But one is the list for the Sekihan. We will keep the list, and when we decide to do Sekihan at a future day, we'll announce it again, and those people that are on the list will definitely have priority. Number two, choir was very creative, and we potted all kinds of vegetables and herbs. So unfortunately, they are not going to hold off until Winter Festival. So we do have some potted herbs and vegetables downstairs if you are interested. They were grown very diligently by Mike and Jane, who took care of them and potted by our choir group. So if you'd like to come and see what we have, you've got salad makings and tomatoes you can grow and herbs and things like that. And of course, if you want to make a little donation to help us with the cost of the pots, that'd be very much appreciated. Thank you.
This
the Saturday Buddhism class is canceled. That's on March 21st. And the book club, Tuesday, March 24th is 6 to 7:30. That is to be decided. It may be canceled. And also the Hanamatsuri service at Higashi Honganji on April 5th and our Hanamatsuri service here on April 12th. We don't know yet, so that's to be decided in the future. As well as the Lady Shini Day on April 19th. Okay, thank you.
Are there any other announcements? If not, that concludes our Sunday service. Thank you for coming today, and please drive safely on the way home. Aloha.